This is wild. Just today, the review for Edge of Fate in the global Steam review, so everyone's allowed to review the game, right? This is just the public review worldwide for Steam, has now reached overwhelmingly negative, with 14% of 285 users in the last 30 days being positive. That's rough. That's at a rate of about one positive review a day for the entire month. The all-time reviews is at mostly negative, and when it first launched, it was at mixed. How bad is this? How bad is overwhelmingly negative? Well, let's do a comparison. Let's look at arguably one of the worst expansions ever, which is Destiny 2 Lightfall, which is now on sale for $3. That's a pretty good deal, if I'm being honest. Honestly, actually, maybe that's not a good deal. Maybe Lightfall should be free at this point. Lightfall came out mostly negative at 33% of 15 users in the last 30 days. So mostly negative for Lightfall. And that's crazy that it came out that bad for $3 expansion. You think you think you're selling it at that low price point that you'd get some positive reviews. Not the best. It's mostly negative all time as well for Lightfall. Now let's look at the final shape just by comparison. The final shape obviously started off really well, but then it aged like milk. It's for $12 right now. And it came across the completely opposite. Yeah, we've got mostly positive, 76% really appreciate it. And honestly, in my opinion, if you're looking to come back into Destiny 2 right now and you haven't played in years, buy the final shape. Don't buy Edge of Fate. Buy the final shape. It was good. And the all-time reviews are mostly positive with 4,336. So, dude, the praise for final shape is based and fair. It was good. I'm happy to see that people agree that final shape was easily one of the better expansions. But it's sad to see how far the Edge of Fate has come. This has become big news now. The Edge of Fate tanks to overwhelmingly negative reviews on Steam as Ashen Iron Backlash piles up. Destiny 2's latest expansion, Edge of Fate, is now sitting at overwhelmingly negative. Recent reviews on Steam following the Rocky Ashen Iron update launch and recent backlash over the Iron Banner armor situation. Yeah, it's been bad. It's been a rough week for Destiny 2. 2 months after the launch of Edge of Fate on July 15th, Bungie dropped the free Ashen Iron update, a mid-season content drop, adding the new Reclaim activity, new gear to unlock, and a long-awaited return to the lands, not the Plague Lands. There's no Siva, we're calling it the lands. But what was supposed to be a fun refresh ended up making things even worse for an already frustrated player base. The power grind was worsened, which thankfully they have walked that back. Not enough yet, but they've walked it back at least enough that people are logging back in, which it's pretty rough that we have to get to that point. Between game-breaking bugs, broken progression system. Actually, this is a really good point. There's a lot of game-breaking bugs. I'm going to do a video on this soon, but apparently a lot of people are doing the raid, and Desert Perpetual is very buggy right now. It's having some serious problems, and it's making it scary for the Epic Raid, which comes out in just a few weeks right now. I'm not sure what's going to happen because it seems like the Epic Raid, either the raid is now getting buggy because of the Epic Raid, maybe they're changing some of the mechanics or something weird's going on. The raid is getting funky, and it's going to be an interesting raid race to say the least. Got mounting anger over paid cosmetics like the Iron Banner stuff. The mood has officially soured. While Edge of Fate was already struggling with mixed reception, like we said, upon launch in the first week it was mixed reception. The launch of Ashen Iron last week has kicked off one of the worst backlashes in recent Destiny history, and now the Steam page reflects it. Last month, we reported that Edge of Fate slipped to mostly negative. Recent reviews on Steam. Since Ashen Iron, things have gotten worse. Yeah, we watched that. It went from, like you said, mixed to mostly negative. Now it's just, is there anything further than overwhelmingly negative? Like what happens when like 4% of the people that buy the game like it, you know? Like insurmountably negative, unequivocally negative, completely negative. Recent Destiny 2 Edge of Fate Steam reviews hit overwhelmingly negative. As of this week, only 16% of the 254 recent Steam reviews. It actually got worse too, I think. Let me go back to that. They are laying it on thick. Yeah, it's down to 14%. So the news hit and people were like, yeah, it's down to 14%. Oh man. Even after this article is released a few hours ago, it's gone down even further. So that works out to just 41 positive reviews compared to a staggering 213 negative ones. And it's even worse now. A brutal drop since last month when we reported the expansion had slipped into mostly negative territory. And to be fair, this is meant to be a 6-month expansion. So upon initial launch, the game's reviews will sell and interest people to some degree. I mean, mixed reviews usually doesn't like win people over. They're not like No one's trying to jump into a new game or use the Edge of Fate as a re-entry point when the reviews are mixed, right? They want to see those final shape reviews. They want the overwhelmingly positive reviews, right? We want the everything is going good in this game type of reviews. So now that we're down 2 months into overwhelmingly negative, you're certainly not going to see an influx in new players at this point, right? Like no new player is jumping in unless they put it on sale for like $5. New players are not jumping in. And while the total reviews for Edge of Fate remain mostly negative overall, with 38% positive out of 1,854 total reviews, the trend is clearly going in the wrong direction. Yes, you can say that again. As for player numbers, here's how Destiny 2 has been holding up on Steam since Edge of Fate launched. Edge of Fate launch day, 98,211 peak players. The Desert Perpetual raid launch day, 108,000 peak players. Ash and Iron was 54,000 players, which was meant to be a big update, by the way, so that's a crazy drop-off. Current peak today was 30K players, and average of the last 30 days is 24,000 players, which I would say these are extremely low numbers, especially for where we're at in the timeline of this year. But where things would get really dark is if we were like sub 20,000. Sub 20,000 is like, that's rough. That's like, we're bordering an actual dead game. We're bordering like the game has to have a certain number of population for it to exist, if you think about it, right? If the game is a social game where you have to do like raids with people that you need like 5 other people and you need like other people in your region, you know, people that speak your language, like you're gonna have a really hard time filling in these fire teams for raids and all these activities if you have sub 20,000 players on Steam. Like the queue times will go up, which means that there will be fewer lobbies to do, which means that people will get frustrated when they can't do the activity that they want, which means that they will log off and log on to Destiny Rising or Borderlands 4 or whatever else, right? They're going to log on to other games because there's not people on Destiny 2 to make the experience fun, to do the activities, right? This is a big problem. It's a big problem that we can't have. Low population, it's like it's multiplicatively negative because it's not just negative in that moment. It spirals out of control because anyone that actually is enjoying the game can no longer enjoy the game because they can't find a match. Like we've seen this time and time before with like Crucible, for example. When the player population is low in Crucible or in Trials, you end up matching the same people over and over again. You end up matching the same cheaters over and over again. You end up it just gets frustrating, right? It just gets frustrating. You can see if you've been playing Destiny for longer than like 3 years, you know exactly what I'm talking about. When the population gets really low, the fun is just sucked out of the game immediately. It's hard to play Destiny 2 when the population's low. It's great to play when there's a lot of people playing. Oh my God, is it good to play? Like the first month of the final shape was incredible, but the 10 months that followed afterwards were not as fun. A big part of the issue, Ash and Iron, which arrived less than a week ago, but within hours, players were reporting major bugs, including Crucible matches ending at 7 kills. Hey, that was a good one. We know no one complained about that. Soft locked missions, that sucked. And the newly increased power level climb from 450 to 550, that was straight up broken for a while until Bungie pushed out a hotfix. Yeah, that was bad. That was bad. It was a rough day. The review bombing isn't just about bugs. Players have also been frustrated with what they see as an increasingly aggressive monetization, especially after recent armor drama. A set of concept art revealed that a brand new armor originally designed with the Iron Banner sigil ended up being sold in the Eververse store instead, stripped of its branding, while the actual Iron Banner event gave a 7-year-old reskin from the Warmind expansion. People are really mad about this, and Bungie has yet to respond to it. I don't think that they will because I think that they are guilty of it, and I think that they actually took the ArtStation art down, which I'm not saying is an admission of guilt necessarily, but it looks very suspicious, right? Like the artists that posted the art had their work taken down because the PR from it was really bad. And Bungie, instead of actually addressing it and being like, yeah, we messed up, or yeah, this wasn't the right thing to do, they're like, let's just sweep it under the rug, take the art down, and we'll pretend like nothing happened. But people are really mad about it. Like people are furious about this one, and rightly so. At the same time, over a dozen new paid armor sets were added to the shop this season, totaling over $250 worth of cosmetics. My God, I'm gonna have to take a mortgage out just so I can buy cosmetics in Destiny 2. All of that on top of the slow power climb, shallow activity rotation, and reward tuning issues has even longtime players more frustrated than ever. Apart from this, Bungie recently revealed the Star Wars themed expansion coming to Destiny 2 on December 2nd called Renegades. To be fair, Renegades is probably about to absolutely deliver in a big way. Like, Renegades is probably going to slap. There's no way around it. Now, getting 2 Renegades is going to be a rough road. It's going to be a long, hard road getting to Renegades. But once we arrive, we are going to be playing the crap out of that. I think everyone's going to come back. And I think the first month of Renegades is going to be like probably one of the most fun times in Destiny. We'll see though. Here's the thing. They know that they have an opportunity to sell a ton of cosmetics to people, more so than ever before with the Star Wars stuff. So I think that they took a lot of the resources that maybe were meant to go live now and delayed them until then, because I really think that they know that the money that they make from Renegades is like generational wealth for them. Like, the money that they could make from Renegades could fund Destiny 2 for the next like 5 years, like the amount of money that they could make. So I think that they are capitalizing on that as much as possible and investing everything into Renegades, to the point where the game feels so dry and so barren right now that we're like, what the fuck is even going on? And what is going on is they don't even care right now. They're just like, put this game on pause until Renegades. All right. Star Wars themed expansion, Star Wars armor, Star Wars cosmetics in the Eververse. Cha-ching, crazy money raking in. On top of that, you're going to have Christmas time when everyone's already feeling very generous, opening up their wallets, etc. The launch of gifting Eververse items. This is something that people have been asking for or talking about for a long time. In other games, you can gift cosmetics to other people. Imagine they finally launched that. They finally figure out how to make that quality of life feature happen, coincidentally, at the exact same time. We've actually heard no rumors of this from Bungie, but I think that that would be the funniest thing. I feel like they know that that would make them like $100 million more. So I would not be surprised if that quality of life feature goes live where you can buy cosmetics for other people, but we'll see. What do you think? Are you still holding out hope for Edge of Fate to bounce back, or has the game finally lost you? Let us know. For me, I am still going to play because I want to do the Desert Perpetual raid on the epic difficulty contest. I still want to do that, even with not swap. I know a lot of people don't like that. I'm going to give it a try with my team. We're going to have some fun, at least as much fun as we can have with it. And I am looking forward to the new exotic mission. I'm holding out. I'm waiting for it to come around. And in the meantime, I am leveling up. Right now, apparently Star-Crossed is the best way to level up. We've cleared a bunch of missions of it. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below, though. That's a wrap on this one. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Later.